Good morning, everyone. Bienvenidos a todos. Thank you for joining Gwinnett County Public Library for our special Storytime series, Diverse Voices, where we tell stories as unique as you. Gracias por acompañarnos en esta mañana para nuestra serie de Tiempo de Cuentos Diversos, donde contamos historias tan únicas como tú. My name is Miss Miriam, and I work for the library. Mi nombre es Señora Miriam, y yo trabajo por la biblioteca. I'm going to introduce our wonderful author for today, but before I do that, I'm going to go over some special rules for our story time. Make sure that you keep your microphone on mute. We don't want to interrupt our author. Also, if you have any questions for the author, you can type them into the chat box and they will answer at the end of the story time. Now, I would like to introduce our author. Miss Nury Castillo Crawford is a mom of 3 sons and has been a teacher for over 20 years. She was born in Peru and moved to the United States when she was 10 years old. Miss Neri has her own publishing company called 1010 Publishing, and she tells special stories in different languages and of different cultures. She works for Gwinnett County Public Schools, and she started the Hispanic Mentoring Program. Her first book is called 3,585 Miles to Be an American Girl. Please welcome Miss Nury Castillo Crawford. Por favor, bienvenida a la señora Nury Castillo Crawford.
Good morning. Buenos días a todos. My name is Nury Castillo Crawford, like Miriam shared, and I'm going to share today a special book that was literally not even planned. The title of it is What is Going On in the World? And if you know me, you already know that all of my books are bilingual in English and Spanish because I consider it my superpower. And if you're bilingual and you speak English in another language, and maybe it's Spanish, then that's your superpower too. I hope you're using it not only to help you navigate through some reading and maybe learning how to read and write in Spanish, but also helping your friends and everybody else in your community learn how amazing it is to be able to talk to more kids, more people, connect with more people in the world when you're bilingual. Because did you know, and this is a fact, I don't want you to forget it, did you know that if you speak English and Spanish, you can communicate with 80% of the world? 80% is a huge number. It's super close to 100%. So to me, it is amazing. Not only, and if you are a person that has family from a Latino country or a Spanish-speaking country, then you're not only bilingual, but you're also bicultural, and you get to have all the amazing food and all the amazing fun and all of the amazing stories in 2 different worlds, you know, the English-speaking world and your Spanish-speaking world. But it goes along with any other language. So you should be super proud if you are bilingual or you're on your way. And then just like 1010 Publishing says, bilingual, biliterate, and bicultural. So biliterate means reading and writing in another language too. So you got to get all 3. That way, like you're like super, right? All 3. You're bilingual, you're biliterate, reading and writing, and then you're bicultural. So to me, that's a superpower. So what is going on in the world literally came about in April, and right smack in the beginning of what we know as COVID-19, a world pandemic. Like, what's going on in the world? Like, the kids are like, the grown-ups are scared. Everybody's got to go home now. Like, from one day to another, we got to be stuck at home with our parents and our cats and our dogs, iguanas or whatever. And so Emory Hospital right here in Atlanta, the city of Atlanta, called out to authors and said, hey, do you have a story to help empower the kids so the kids are not so afraid? We can help them answer some of the questions. And so I was like, I have a story because it's really the same advice we've been getting from the CDC and the data. And of course, I had to make it bilingual because that's my thing, right? And so they liked it. And I decided to get it published. And my very, very good friend, Demetrius Motion Bullock, who is the illustrator of my other bilingual children's books, I asked him and I was like, hey, do you want to collaborate on this? And he was like, let's do it. Let's help the kids feel empowered and not be afraid, and maybe answer some questions. So it's a really easy way to kind of talk about the rules that we're all supposed to be following, but it's in a bilingual children's book. So again, what is going on in the world? It's a bilingual book, English and Spanish, written by yours truly, Nury Castillo Crawford, and illustrated by my amazing friend, Demetrius Motion Bullock. So I'm going to read a little bit now that you have a little bit of background on why I wrote this book. What is going on in the world? You must be wondering. Turns out there's a virus. ¿Qué está pasando en el mundo? Debes estar preguntándote. Resulta que hay un virus. Coronavirus. El coronavirus. Guess what? There's great news. Adivina qué? Hay buenas noticias. It's that you can face it head on if you and your family practice some smart habits. Es que se puede enfrentar si es que algunas medidas sabias tú y tu familia comienzan a practicar. And we all know those, right? Don't panic, wash your hands regularly, maintain a distance of at least 6 feet from others, stay at home when you're sick, cover your mouth when you cough or sneeze, and clean all the areas that you touch regularly. So it turns out your mom was right. Germs do like to live in dirty hands. So at every moment possible, please wash your hands. Resulta que tu mami tenía razón. A los gérmenes les gusta vivir en las manos sucias. Entonces, en todo momento posible, lávese las manos. Yeah, who knew? Moms were right. Germs like nasty, dirty little places. Oh no, you have the urge to sneeze or cough? Remember, you carry your own shield, and to activate it, all you have to do is pull up your elbow. Oh no, ¿tienes ganas de estornudar o toser? Recuerda que llevas tu propio escudo y para activar todo lo que tienes que hacer es levantar el codo. That's right, raise that elbow up. And that way you won't spread any of it. Here comes your aunt and your cousin. You're happy to see them, but no kisses or hugs, okay? How about a dap or a special new dance? Aquí viene la tía y el primo también. Estás feliz de verlos, pero no besitos ni abrazos, ¿de acuerdo? ¿Qué tal un dap o un nuevo baile especial? I've even done daps. I'm not too old for that. Even at meetings with grown-ups, we do daps. It's pretty funny, actually. Stay home is all that you hear. It's the best advice of all. Stay calm, help mommy and daddy, do your homework, and read a good book. Quédate en casa es todo lo que escuchas. Es el mejor consejo de todos. Mantén la calma, ayuda a mamá y papá, haz tu tarea y lee un buen libro. Look, and he's reading one of my other books, Sophia and Vivi. You see him? What is going on in the world? You must be wondering. It turns out this virus is helping us remember. ¿Qué está pasando en el mundo? Debes estar preguntándote. Resulta que este virus nos está ayudando a recordar. And he's saying, like, I miss my friends. A lot of us, even grown-ups, miss our friends. I remember going to the movies. I want to go eat out with my aunt. So I want to do all those things too. I don't think it's about kids. This probably should be Miss Crawford's wish list. That a little extra time is helping us reconnect with our loved ones. Que un poco de tiempo extra nos ayuda a reconectarnos con nuestros seres queridos. Right, a lot of people are learning like, hey, I didn't know we were that busy. I never got to see you except on Wednesdays when we went to church or something. So now it's like helping us remember that maybe all that running around isn't necessary. Maybe we just need to stay home and love on our families. Don't forget the elderly in our community, our grandparents, our neighbors, or even our friends from church. Since you can't go see them, perhaps you can give them a phone call. No olvide a los ancianos de nuestra comunidad, nuestros abuelos, vecinos, e incluso amigos de nuestra iglesia. Como no puedes ir a verlos, tal vez puedes llamarlos. We are so thankful for our everyday heroes. They are brave and selfless. They don't wear capes or fly in the air, but they save many lives with love and care. Estamos muy agradecidos con nuestros héroes cotidianos. No son son valientes y abnegados. No usan capas ni vuelan en el aire, pero salvan muchas vidas con amor y cuidado. And those are all our everyday heroes. Our doctors and nurses, our police, our firemen. Those are the people that they never got to stay home to do their work. They had to keep going. They had to still take care of all of us. You and I and the rest of the world, we're all in this together. We will learn many lessons and be better. Tú y yo y el resto de nuestro mundo estamos juntos en esto. Aprenderemos muchas lecciones y seremos mejores. And then there's a page on the back and it shares tips on how to talk with your kids about COVID-19. So this is awesome. And then there's a page about me. But I hope that you enjoyed this book and I hope that it helps you remember all of the tips and all of the great advice that the CDC has given us in order to keep ourselves safe. So yes, other people should follow the rules too, but if you follow them, if you remember to wear your mask and stay 6 feet away from people and wash your hands with lots and lots of soap, I think that you can definitely be in control of how, and protect your health as well.
All right. Thank you so much, Neri.
You're
Does
welcome.
anybody have any questions for Miss Neri? If you have questions, you can type them into the chat box. Or if you want to unmute yourself and ask her, you can do that too.
So there's one, it says from Sean, what new book are you working on? So my latest book is called Marisol, and there's an English version and a Spanish version. But, Miriam shared with us that I launched a Hispanic mentoring program in February 2019 in Gwinnett County to support kids because there's a huge graduation disparity, right? And so some kids might need a little bit more help. And so the Hispanic Latinos community is benefiting from the mentoring program. And so I realized that, on average and in general, children that are of Latino descent are like tiny numbers represented in children's books. But that number goes even lower when we're talking about young adult books. And so since I'm working with middle schoolers, I said, I'm going to write a book for middle schoolers. So Marisol is really just a book about a girl. She's a preteen in her everyday lives and just wondering, like, is life really fair? Do I have to have all of these adult responsibilities because I have to help my parents because we're in a new culture and a new world? But at the very end, she finds out that those things actually make her stronger and a better person, and it helps her be equipped and learn lots of lessons that sometimes it takes lots of years and it takes for people to be adults to learn. And so she perseveres, and really young, she learns to fall down and get back up. So I love this book, and it's available in English and in Spanish. So it's bilingual.
That's awesome. I think there are a lot of kids out there like that. And so to have a book that represents them, I think that's wonderful.
And it helps other kids that don't have any idea about Latino culture, because in the book, she talks a lot about like holidays, Navidad, and how we open presents Christmas Eve, and how we love tamales, and sometimes people eat panettone, and we have all these other custom that you also love stockings and Christmas tree and Christmas carols. And so it's a bicultural world. And I want kids to always know that that's your superpower. You get to live in two worlds. You get to talk to 80% of the world. And I want to see people celebrate, all of the things that come with being a bilingual and biliterate, bicultural person in general, just in general in our country and around the world, because it's not like it only happens in the U.S. Bilingual people are all over the world. And there's a lot of people that speak Spanish and another language in Europe and in Saudi Arabia and Japan. I mean, I have people everywhere. We have people everywhere. And so it's just an amazing way. And I want us as adults to help empower our kids to see those as strengths and the ways to celebrate. And yes, some things might be a little harder, but you're on your way to being bilingual instead of, having doubts and like, oh, you don't pronounce that or you don't say that right or whatever. Like, forget all that. You're going to be fine. I came when I was 10. I didn't even know okay. I literally didn't even know the word okay. And look, I'm fine. Sean just asked where you can get my books. So my books are definitely on my publishing, the publishing house. So that's www.1010publishing. And right now, if you buy any of the books on the publishing house, you get 10 free postcards that are all based on different books, but they're free for you. So 10 free postcards with any purchase of any book, into supplies last, and we have a couple hundred left. And so definitely you should check that out. But we also have our books in, all of my books are on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, Books A Million, and Walmart, and some local bookstores.
Awesome. I'm glad to know that we can get your book in many, many places.
Yes.
And definitely it would be nice to have those postcards during the time of COVID. You can send it to your relatives that you haven't been able to see. So that would be really nice. Really nice. Well, Nuri, I just want to thank you again for this special story time. Thank you, everybody. Gracias a todos por acompañarnos. And I just want to remind everyone you can join us again next month on April 10th, same time, 11 a.m. with our author, Martha Alanis, and she's going to be reading her books, I'm American, Soy Mexicana, Soy Yo. So
yes, that is the sweetest book, guys. Don't want to miss that.
That should be great. You don't want to miss that. So we hope to see you then. Thank you again, Neri. Thank you, everyone who came.
Yes, thank you, guys.
And we hope to see you next month. Take care.
Be safe.
Bye, everybody.
Wear your mask, everybody. Adios.